So guys, what's going on, and welcome to episode 1 of the Journeyman. This is going to be the new series which I have been hyping up a little bit, and we are going to see exactly what we can do in several seasons at what club? We don't know what club. But if you guys are excited for this series, be sure to leave a like on the video and do comment what team you think eventually we should try and manage. But let's get in, and hopefully we can find a job in this first episode. So, just a quick heads up for anyone that doesn't know. Anyone that doesn't know about the Journeyman, a journeyman is where you start off unemployed. You have to go and find any job you can get in the football space, such as obviously as a manager. It can be literally anyone. Traditionally, when you first start off, the team isn't going to be the best, and it's up to you what leagues you load in. For me, I'm going to be loading in the English league, the French league, the German, the Dutch, Italian, Portuguese, Scottish, Spain, Turkey, Argentinian, Brazilian, and USA, because at some point I might fancy a little stint in America. USA! You never know. But please do comment below if you want any of these teams added, and I'll be sure to add them for the next season. But overall, these are the teams I'm going to be playing as. As you can see, it's going to be quite demanding, obviously, on the computer, but 2-star estimated speed isn't the best. But when you're playing a save like this, you want to have lots of options. Then guys, the save has finally loaded. It did take a little bit of time, but we are now going to be looking for some jobs we can apply for. Now, I'm not going to bore you and, show you every single application. I will come back once we have actually got a position. I will show you all the interviews we did have though, so you can see exactly what clubs did turn us down, and maybe we can form a little bit of a, a little bit of a rivalry with some of these clubs. But there's quite a few that are actually available, so let's go ahead and apply. Well then guys, we have finally managed to find a club quite quickly as well. I'm going to, if I can, I'm going to show you the teams which we did go for as well. But the teams which we were pretty much going for were a lot of the Brazilian league teams, as well as Wigan, Preston, Crawley were some of the other ones. We had, I believe it was RC Lens in the French league, which is very weird because they've actually got a decent manager, but they were all available to actually take the job from them. But Bournemouth were relatively quick with the recruitment. It was based around, can I work within a budget? Obviously, I am going to be in the Premier League, as you do know. The only really goal, I believe, was to pretty much stay up, work within a wage budget. It's not the best budget at all, to be honest with you, but it's pretty much just about staying up in this league and sort of progressing from there. Now, do I want to stay at Bournemouth for loads and loads of seasons? No, because I don't think we are going to win loads and loads of trophies, but at the end of the day, it is quite a good club to get into for your first job. Quite a lot of pressure in your first job, but overall, not a bad job at all. I don't know if we can look potentially at some of the jobs. If we go to where is it, under staff and then job security, there you go. You can see the ones I applied for. So we applied for a couple of teams in the Brazilian league, and we applied for Luton, Wigan, Columbus, Crawley, more teams in the Brazilian league as well. Well, these are the ones you can see here, the ones that we applied for actually. So overall, we probably got the best team we could have got. Obviously, it is quite a big task for your first job, and usually you don't instantly get into a Bournemouth side. But overall, I'm quite excited with how this goes. We're going to have to pick out our best 11 now and sort of start to build a tactic, start to see what is going to be best, and we can go from there. So then guys, after looking, I do actually believe I'm going to be using my Eddie Howe tactic for this team, because it is actually a really good tactic for teams of this sort of standard. Wow. And also, a 4-3-3 is quite easy to fill, as in you're going to have players that can cover all the positions. The team's not actually too bad. Obviously, they have got some, obviously it's not perfect. They have got some decent players though. You've got Solanke, you've got Anthony, you've got Christie, you've got Billing, Lerma, Cook. The back line's pretty decent as well. Right off the bat, I think we've got enough here to potentially keep us up, which is obviously the goal of the whole season. In terms of finances, it is looking pretty grim. I don't actually think we're going to be able to sign anyone, to be honest, with 1 million. You are really going to be pushing your luck with that. But we can see what we can do, but I don't think there's going to be any signings at all. So we're going to get into, I guess, some of the games now and see exactly what we can do, because we've got one more friendly against Telstar. Obviously, we are now going to... What formation were they playing in this? 4-3-3 as well. Okay, so overall, I mean, it's been going quite well in the friendly, so hopefully it's not going to be cursed. We come in and then, goes badly. Hopefully it's all good, but only time will tell. So let's go and have a little look how we get on against Telstar and see.
Okay, let's do this!
Well, the friendly went very well, and a 6-0 win, as you can see there. Solanke putting it in from the penalty spot. Christie with a ball in the box into Sensei, who hits it all the way into the top left-hand corner with a fantastic header. We build up again here with Lewis Cook down the left-hand side into Kelly, who puts a wonder ball all the way across into Fredericks, who tucks it into the bottom right corner. We're not done there, though. Another 3 goals to come with Bullen down the left-hand side, taking his time a little bit here. Into Lau, into Solanke, who I feel is going to be a fantastic player for us this season. That is the 4th goal. It's not over there yet, though, sorry. As Solanke tucks in the 5th, and as you can guess, there is 1 more goal to come with Fredericks into Stacey, who puts a wonderful ball in. A little bit of luck there, though, actually, and Solanke does finish it off in what was a very convincing first game under management. I know it's only a friendly, but as you can see by the stats, we absolutely dominated this side. Very good results, and now we're going to get into the Premier League season. As you can see, we have got I'd say it's an okay start to the season. I mean, there's potential to pick up points against Villa. Arsenal, West Ham are quite challenging. Potential against Palace. Chelsea, quite a tough game. Southampton, potential. United, a very tough game. Leicester, possibly potential.
So
I'm looking at it. There are quite a few teams which are going to be a struggle. We are Bournemouth, but as you can see here, if I go into it, the club vision, it is actually attempt to avoid the relegation. So it's not like, you know, avoid it completely. It is attempt to, but to be honest, I think we can definitely avoid relegation. My prediction, I always like to predict, and please do get involved in the comments. Predict down below. I think we are going to finish in 14th would be my prediction. I think that's going to be our settling season. And the next season, hopefully we get a little bit of cash and we can start to build. But do let me know what you think in the comments right now. Well, we've had a month professionally in football now, managing, and let's just say this month has been something special.
Nice.
Start things off with a 1-0 win against Aston Villa on the debut game of the season, with Lerma sort of doing it himself down the right-hand side. A little bit of luck from Solanke, but it was a game, to be fair, which we definitely deserved to win. Apart from the possession factor, it was quite a clear, obvious win. So that was a fantastic start to the season. Going against Arsenal in a game which I thought was going to be a lot more challenging than what it was.
Ooh, you're hard, showing off.
But we go 1-0 up here with a great goal, to be honest, through Anthony, who tucks it past Ramsdale on the left-hand side of the goal. And I thought Arsenal were going to go back into the game, but luckily we managed to find a second goal quite early on with a beautiful ball across into Christie, who tucks it in at the back stick, and we were 2-0 up inside of 17 minutes. They do have a bit of a spell of possession throughout the game, but we're just so resilient, and Solanke actually hits it into the top right corner to make it 3-0. And so far so good in this season. I was not expecting to be beating Arsenal at this point of the season at all, and it was a game again which we had significantly less of the ball, but more shots and better XG, so take your pick. But for me, I think that's a very deserved win against a strong Arsenal side. Obviously, a pretty much full-strength side there. Not much to show here apart from a penalty from Solanke, which does make it a 1-0 win against West Ham. So that is 3 games in the Prem played and 3 wins, which is absolutely exceptional. This game, we definitely did deserve to win it. Full stop. I don't want to, you know, I'm going to get right to the point. We did deserve to win it. More possession, more XG, more shots on target, more shots overall. An unfortunate injury to Tavernier, but it wasn't serious. It was only one of them 3 to 4 day ones. So luckily, that is fine. He can carry on the season. But so far, so good. A little bit of Carabao Cup action next, as it is going to be a 4-0 win over Portsmouth as the ball gets played through into Christie. I don't know why this keeps resetting. It's very annoying, but oh well, we're going to carry on. As we go again, we win it back brilliantly there with Christie down the right-hand side, having such a good season already. Cuts it back, ball across into Solanke, and them two work so well together. They really do. And this was a very comfortable game. It was a reasonably easy fixture as we go down the left-hand side again here with Zamara, obviously a very attacking fullback, into Anthony, who squares it across into Solanke, and he is getting goals fed to him. That's exactly what we want to be seeing. And that is going to be 3-0 inside of 40 minutes. Cook building it up here into Billing, across into Lerma, again a fantastic midfielder, into Solanke, who's through again, who hits it into the bottom right corner. And we're not putting a foot wrong so far this season, guys. We then faced Palace in what was a 2-0 win away from home. So have you noticed how many clean sheets we're keeping as well? Very defensively solid as a ball gets played across. It's shocking from Anderson, and it's an easy tap in for Solanke, or Solanke, I keep saying Solanke, but a fantastic goal from him, carrying on with the goal scoring form, and it's actually going to be a set piece where it originally comes from here. It's going to be Steffens who sort of hits it. Again, very lucky deflection from Lau to Solanke, who is picking up these goals so easily in a game which, again, less possession, which is quite a common theme with this tactic, but we're still getting the goals and dominating these games. It's now a 6-goal thriller against Chelsea in a game which I didn't think we were actually going to win, but it's a great ball over into Christie, who, again, it's very dodgy keeping from Mendy, but we're going to take it as Solanke gets another goal pretty much fed to him. But we do go 1-0 up, but obviously Chelsea don't stay silent forever as they do win it back with Kovacic down this left-hand side. A great bit of press from him, who drives at the defence and hits it. Keeper almost dives twice there, and they do equalise inside. That's 2 goals in 2 minutes for this game. I knew this was going to be a very tough game going into it, but to be scoring 4 goals against Chelsea is always impressive. As we pick it up on the edge, hit it, strike into the bottom right corner. Not much the keeper could do about that one. A bit short-sighted, and also a fantastic finish. Aubameyang does find a way back though into Ziyech, building up on the right-hand side of the field. Just taking his time here, ball across into Raheem Sterling, who equalises inside of 50 minutes, and this is where the game could have went either way. But luckily, we were the one that got the next goal. As I always say, this scenario, whoever gets the next one wins, typically. As Christie plays it into Lerma, who actually hits it, and it is I believe a bar post and in goal. So a fantastic strike from Lerma to put us 3-2 up. And we are lucky enough to snatch a little set piece. A bit of a flap from Mendy there at the near post, as Lau does tuck it in a game which, to be honest, was reasonably equal. Trust me, it was reasonably equal when I was playing this. But overall, in terms of XG and shots, you'd give it to us. In possession, you give it to them. So, to be fair, quite an equal game in my opinion. But overall, it's just their tactic is so negative. With a team like that, they could be playing some really good football. And that is going to be the first month in management, really, or just over a month. But overall, I mean, we're undefeated in our entire managerial career. We've only conceded 2 goals, and that comes against Chelsea. So far, so good. Some of the games are ridiculously close, and possession is definitely not a strong point, which I'm not too fussed about at the moment. We're currently obviously sitting in 2nd place, as you can see. Solanke, obviously, he has been gifted some of these goals, but as you can see, Ryan Christie, by the way, 4.5 star, which I was not aware of, only valued at 26 to 35 million. So I'm going to make sure he's on contract, because we do not want to lose any of these players. I didn't really even look at the squad in depth, so we're going to take some time now just to have a quick look what we're going to be working with. And this is going to be it. So in terms of ability, we'll filter by ability first. Obviously got Christie, Solanke, Neto, Lerma, Moore, Zamora, Tavernier, Kelly, Mepham. There's a lot of players. There's so many players of 3-star and above, which is a really good stat in my opinion. Anything over 3-star ability, I'm quite happy with. And this is why I'm confident that we can easily finish above that relegation zone, which is only something which they want me to attempt, which I think should be a given. In my opinion, what I predicted earlier in 14th place possibly could have been a little bit of an underestimate with this team. But the players we've got, they're doing really well so far. I mean, 6 appearances, 9 games coming in for Solanke.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
I might have to rest in the next game because there's a high risk of injury. He has been playing every single game. Same with Christie. And the reason why I wanted to do that was purely because I wanted to get off to a flying start. Now, obviously, we've done that with a 1-0 win here, 3-0, 1-0, 4-0, 2-0, 4-2. But obviously, we can't play the same team over and over and over. So that is something we are going to have to look to sort of, get more in for a few games, see how he does, etc. We've not got enough money to really do anything with. We've got a total of 1.2 million, and I'm going to save that just in case I need to offer players contracts and we need to transfer it over. And I don't really want to risk losing any of these players. In terms of the squad, though, I don't know if we've got anyone. Obviously, this guy here, I believe, is going to be a loanee in Jack Stephens, who's actually quite a good defender, so that's a bit of a shame there. We've got this guy, obviously, out on loan, who looks okay, but nothing incredible. So, possibly mid-season, we might be able to organise a couple loan players to come in, but we'll just have to see what happens. But overall, I'm super happy, ridiculously happy, how this has gone so far. I was not expecting to pick up even a side like this and getting a job at Bournemouth. So very happy with how this has gone. The results are absolutely fantastic at the moment. As always, you guys can get involved with this series by commenting possibly a player that I could afford with this budget, or a loan option that I could afford. Obviously you've seen what formation I play, so you can get involved as well by recommending signings. And yeah, let me know what you think of this series so far, guys. Also, please do comment. Do you prefer me to show you highlights like I've been doing, as in the goals, or do you want to see the key highlights, or are you happy with how it is? Just let me know, because then I can mold this series for your viewing experience, basically. But that is going to be the end of episode 1, a slightly shorter one than usual, just because I did want to get an episode out, see what you guys think of it, and then if you guys are enjoying it, then I'll happily carry on the series, because I love playing a journeyman. It's one of the funnest ideas in FM. That is going to be it for today, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like below. It would mean a lot. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.